All right, so this is your workout. I want to show you your warm-up, which is neuro, it's just mobility. Hang with me, the more often you do it, the more effective it's going to be. My darn dog just laid on the mat. All right, we'll work with him. So stand as tall as you can, long spine. Start with your ankle, and it's just a mobility, it's an ankle opening. Do it 3-4 times. Switch to 45 degrees. Do again 4 tilts. Step your leg lateral, and you're going to tilt your ankle inward, and then you'll bring your leg back at a diagonal 45 degrees, and I'm pushing my ankle down towards the floor for there, laces down. So if you can do this without shoes, even better. You're going to get more mobility, and then toe in, heel out, and then switch sides. From there, you're going to do a hip lift. It's really just to make sure that your hips are moving so that when you do execute an exercise, nothing's hung up here, which can lead to back pain. Switch sides. I'm literally just lifting my hips straight up, straight down. Knee circles, so your feet are just maybe 4 inches apart. And you're gonna move both knees in a full circle to a stand. And you'll do 2 in each direction, so 4 total. Then move into your hips, do a pelvic tilt. I know it's not very manly, but it's really important to make sure you're not stuck, and then side to side with your pelvis, and then circle. And the more that you can focus on internal movements versus big hips, the better. Once you go through that, make a big hip. And anywhere you're stuck, I'm kind of stuck right here, spend a little bit more time rounding through. It should feel very smooth. There you go to a lumbar circle. Lean to one side, let your top shoulder drop. Roll through and come up. Switch directions, so I'm gonna lean, drop my shoulder, round through, and up. Do that 2 more times. And then you're gonna work on that upper portion of your back, that thoracic. And you wanna glide side to side. So if you imagine kind of your spine going like this, up top. And the further you can go without dipping your shoulder down, the more you'll feel that glide. When you're loose in your upper back, again, less risk of injury, then lift your chest as high as you can, round out your back. So my shoulders stay pretty stable, but I'm trying to create mobility in my upper back, especially if you work seated. Probably a good chance that you do. And then make a circle out of that. So now we've gone spine, top to bottom, everything's moving, joints, hips, ankles, knees, you know what I meant, are all moving. Then drop your head side to side, chin to your chest, up, look side to side, and release your jaw. The more tension we create here, it messes up with us everywhere. So do a little jaw movement. Then you're good to go. You should be warmed up, and you should feel just a teensy bit of heat, not too much. So the first movement that I described is a dumbbell chest press. Now if you have a bench, awesome, lay on it. If not, you can use just a mat on the floor. The important part with your dumbbell chest press is to get your lower body involved. So as you push your weights up, let your legs drop. If that's too much at first, just hold it at like a tabletop position. Then your abs are engaged. And then mix up your hand position. So maybe you start with your thumbs of the dumbbell touching, then the palms of the dumbbells touching, and then your pinkies, full rotation. And again, the more you activate your legs, the more challenging the workout's gonna be. Now I said like jump rope, row, bike, any cardio means you have for 45 seconds. Now that 45 seconds should be as intense as you can make it. So on a scale 1 to 10, it should be like a 9. You're totally maxing it out. If you're not giving that much effort, it's almost not worth doing, because what we're trying to do is get a metabolic response, and if you half-ass it, then it's not worth engaging into. Now, if that first 45 seconds is too long, start with 20, and then 30, and you'll know, because if you won't be able to do the whole 45 seconds without slowing down, it's too long. Change it to 20 seconds. The next movement, dumbbell resisted lunge to step up. So if you have a bench or a chair, you can use that. I'm gonna pretend like this sweet mat is my step up, my bench or my chair. So you will lunge back with your right leg. And then you use that same right leg to step onto the bench and come up, back down. So lunge right, step up right, don't fall over, step up right, and come. So then you just simply switch. Left leg steps back. Same leg that steps back is the one that would step up onto your bench or chair. And the slower you go, the better, because you don't want to be wobbly like I just was. You want to find stability, and that'll come in time. If your weights are too heavy and you can't get up to like 12 to 15, go lighter. If you get to 12 to 15 and it feels pretty darn easy, increase your hand weights. And then we're gonna go to side plank. Oh, I was gonna have you add a bicep curl. So while you're doing that, when you come up to standing on the bench, do a bicep curl. Good gravy. Right lunge, right step up, balance, bicep curl. It's like a 4 for 1, not too shabby. Side plank, tricep kickback. I'm gonna give you 2 options for this. Side plank is easy enough and you've probably done it before. So you're holding your body in the side plank. If this is too hard or you feel like you're really coming down, drop your knee and extend your body. Simply gonna do a kickback. So lift your chest forward, extend your arm toes totally straight, and drop down. The more slow and controlled you are with this, the better. If you can stay 2 seconds at the top, it's lovely. The next movement, of course, you're gonna switch sides and you're doing that cardio hit between all these major strength groupings. Dumbbell deadlift, your form is really critical for this. You want to keep your back as straight as possible. So while you're coming down, try to stick your buns out. You can see my knees are soft. And I go until that stretch of my hamstring is maximized. Then I come back up, squeezing my glutes. If you round your back, your low back does all the work, not your butt or your hamstrings. You miss the point. So you want to stay really flat. The next movement is a plank dumbbell row. And it's a moving one. Now, you probably won't move with it until you start to feel a little bit stronger. So you could just do a plank row in one place. But as you get stronger, you can move forward with it. So you row and reach, row and reach, row and reach. And I'm just kind of dragging my feet along. So see where you can start, but you can progress it maybe week 3 or 4 to moving and kind of dragging your feet along the floor, holding that plank position. And there's really only 2 left. Lateral lunge with a shoulder press. So if it's a right lunge, you're gonna do a right press. I got dogs and mats and sheets all over the place. All right, so go down into your lateral lunge, exhale and power up. Because you're using forward or upward momentum, that press is gonna be a little bit easier. So you might be able to use heavier weights than you normally would because you're using a little bit of momentum with it. So hopefully that all works. You have your chest at the start. You're doing your back when you're doing your rows. You have your biceps and triceps and then a whole bunch of legs mixed in with that. Usually 4 to 6 weeks we're gonna change. You're gonna do something a little bit different, a little bit more challenging. We'll increase the weights, change the movements. Let me know if you have any questions. Have fun.